Yes.
Welcome to another edition of Digital Dialogue by Maritime Gateway. Today we have a guest with us, Mr. Ram Mohan Reddy, who is the Development Commissioner at Visakhapatnam, SEZ. Mr. Ram Mohan Reddy is an IFS officer. Mr. Ram Mohan Reddy is an IFS officer and a top-level government official with 32 years of civil service experience. He is currently deputed as Development Commissioner at Visakhapatnam Special Economic Zone. His earlier deputation was as Chief Conservator of Forest in Wildlife Wing of Himachal Pradesh, where he was the Member Secretary, Himachal Pradesh Zoo Conservation Society. He has trained state forest service officers from various states of the country and has extensive experience in bridging the gap between government and public. He has been instrumental in transforming government policies into successful execution with focus on public welfare. Welcome to our show, Mr. Ram Mohan Reddy Garu. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, now you are the Development Commissioner for Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Chhattisgarh for the Special Economic Zones.
Yeah.
So, can you give us an insight into how is the SEZ development in these three regions that you are managing?
Just to give you a brief about the special economic zones. The first special economic zone was started in Kandla in 1965, which was inaugurated by the then Honorable Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri. Later on, the SEZ started coming up in the entire country, and Visakhapatnam Special Economic Zone is the youngest and was the seventh one to be set up in the country in 1989. That is almost after 24 years of the first SEZ was set up in the country. And the Visakhapatnam Special Economic Zone started its existence in the name of Visakhapatnam Export Processing Zone. It was set up over an area of 360.5 acres at Visakhapatnam, about 20 kilometers from Visakhapatnam capital city and very close to Duvada railway station. Actually, later on, the export processing zones have been converted into special economic zones with the promulgation of the SEZ Act in 2005 and SEZ rules in 2006. With that, earlier it used to be only in the government sector, that is Government of India used to set up SEZs. Thereafter, this has been extended to the state government run SEZs and also private SEZs. So our VSEZ has been made a zonal special economic zone with its jurisdiction over three states, AP, Telangana and Chhattisgarh, and also the Union Territory Yanam. Though we don't have much activity in Yanam due to various reasons, and also similarly in Chhattisgarh, where the special economic zones have not been shown much interest due to various reasons. The most happening states under VSEZ are AP and Telangana. As far as Telangana is concerned, it is highly happening state for the IT and ITES, that is Information Technology and Information Technology Enabled Services. Similarly, if you look at Andhra Pradesh, it's basically the merchandise sector which is taking up heavily in Andhra Pradesh. If you look at, there are 36 SEZs in Telangana and 24 in Andhra Pradesh and 1 in Chhattisgarh, out of total 61. And similarly, if you look at, an SEZ will have some units. If you look at, in VSEZ there are 61 SEZs comprising of 526 units. If you just have a breakup of these units in the states, you have got 366 units operational in Telangana and 159 in Andhra Pradesh and 1 in Chhattisgarh. So if you look at again the breakup, so there are more number of IT units in Telangana like 323 and there are only 37 units in Andhra Pradesh. And if you come to the merchandise part, where actually the tangible products are made, whereas in the IT/ITES sector, no tangible product is made, only services are made, softwares are developed, and software services are given to the countries abroad, all over the world. So if you come to the merchandise part, The Telangana has got meager of 43 units, whereas Andhra Pradesh has got 122 units. And because as you know that IT sector gives lot of employment in Telangana, you got say 73% of the units are located in Telangana and 26 in Andhra Pradesh. That I am giving breakup in terms of percentage. And if you look at the employment, 83% of the employment is generated in Telangana and 17% in Andhra Pradesh. Because IT sector, like if you just look at an example, Infosys, it employs more than 26,000 employees. If you look at a merchandise sector in Andhra Pradesh, even the biggest what we consider Brandix employs only 19,000. The biggest what we consider. And if you come to the investment part, both Andhra Pradesh and Telangana are on par. Like in Andhra Pradesh, it is 46% and Telangana is 54%. Out of total 64,148 crores of investment being pumped into SEZs. And if you look at the exports, 80% of the exports come from Telangana and 20% from Andhra Pradesh. Because as you know that IT-ITS sector contributes a lot to the exports, is to the tune of almost 69% of the total exports. This is all about the SEZs, what I can say.
Very interesting profile and insights into the SEZ development across these three regions. We will get into the details a little bit later.
Yeah.
But let me first talk about Visakhapatnam SEZ per se itself. So I understand that recently VSEZ has celebrated the 32nd Zone Formation Day. And you have been there at the helm of affairs, I think, for the last 2-3 years. So what happened in the last 2-3 years? How was the growth and what are the developments that happened?
I am very happy and proud to share that we have celebrated our 32nd Zone Formation Day on 15th March 2021. As rightly pointed out by you, I have been here at the helm of the affairs for the past just more than 2 years. I joined as Development Commissioner at Visakhapatnam on 11th of March 2019. So exactly I have completed 2 years. And we are very proud to announce that in the last 2-3 years, our contribution has been amazingly achievable. It's very difficult to achieve such kind of results in just 2 years. Like in 2018-19, that's at the end of 2019 when I joined, the exports were to the tune of 74,747 crores. In just 1 year, when Corona has not yet started its influence on us, in 2019-20, on March 2020, our exports touched 96,886 crores. That means in just 1 year of my career at VSEZ, we could see or touch the growth rate of 32.79%. And now, after that, all of we know that the Corona had a very bad impact on all the industry, countrywide, worldwide, statewide. It has not spared any sector in the globe. And of course, fortunately, we struggled and we could still achieve a growth during 2020-21 also. You will be surprised to know that this is a year of pride for us, where we have crossed the 1 trillion rupees mark of exports. And at the end of March, that is 31st March, till yesterday, I got the latest figures online with me, and we have achieved exports to the tune of rupees 1,05,868 crores. This is equivalent to 14.8% growth in just 1 year during Corona, when it was in peak. Whereas I don't say it that way, but still, just to give you a comparative figure, the whole of SEZs in the country put together has recorded a growth of minus 1.26%, but VSEZ has recorded a growth of 14.8%. So that way, I am very happy to share this to you. And in the last 2 years, as told by you, we have achieved a growth of 41.2% in just 2 years. Starting from 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2021, that's exactly 2 years, and our growth has been phenomenal, and we have achieved a growth of 41.2%.
That's a really amazing achievement. I should compliment you. While the whole world is reeling under this pandemic, it is heartening to know that VSE that is has progressed well, showing the record growth rates. But can you give me an insight in what actually contributed to this growth? Which were the factors that drove this growth?
I strongly believe that there is no shortcut to success. During Corona, though all my office staff were kept away from the offices, but we were always working. I was always attending the office even during those days. And fortunately, if you look at the sectoral distribution of industries under VSCZ, 69% of the contribution to the exports comes from IT/ITS and 19% comes from chemical and pharmaceutical. Rest 4% from food and similarly engineering products 1.23%. The total, if you look at, more than 91% comes from all these four sectors which have recorded all positive growth. As you know that the corona could not touch us in IT sector as all the persons were working from home and they were providing all services to the US. IT/ITS sector to all the countries abroad, they were working from home. And we have facilitated them by relaxing the rules, providing them permission to carry their systems to their homes and start working from there. And that has happened when the 15th April started, all the industries were closed, our units started operating again. And similarly, there was luckily an exemption for the pharmaceutical units and industries, pharmaceutical SCZs. We had an exemption that after following standard operating procedures of corona and these social distancing and other thing, we have quickly started our pharma SCZs. Within next 1 week to 10 days, we have started all our units. And that way, we got some exemption for food and other things. So that way, we had coffee SCZ at say Indus Coffee is there, Indus Coffee is there, and we have got Continental Coffee is there. There are certain coffee which was being exported even during Corona also. So these things firstly saved us, and our quick action to restart has helped us a lot. And all our customs officers were always available at the SCZs to clear the exports, and we coordinated with the ministries, the Ministry of Commerce and Ministry of External Affairs and Ministry of Home and Ministry of Pharma to get permissions for export of pharmaceutical products. As everybody knew that there was a lot of demand for hydroxychloroquine at that time. Fortunately, we had 2-3 units which were making hydroxychloroquine under VSCZ. One out of that was Laurus Labs, and luckily after coordinating with the Ministry of Pharma, we have exported more than 11.47 million hydroxychloroquine to various countries including USA, then Malawi, South Africa and Singapore. We have exported by air. We have airlifted all these things. And secondly, the best motto of our VSCZ is that you do your business, we take care of the rest. We very scrupulously follow this motto, and we allowed the people to do their business, and we have always facilitated them. Second one is the ease of doing business, that helped them a lot, and almost we cleared all the requirements of the units during lockdown also working from home. That time, now we have got certain timings from 9:30 to 5:30. That time we had no timing. We were working round the clock. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock we were working, and we were providing approvals. We were allowing all the units to operate by taking feedback from them, how many employees will be working, after giving written approvals for them to restart their operations. That way we have done a lot, and we have that way we have made all 489 units operational within just 15 days of the lockdown out of 526 units operational. I believe all these things and the complete teamwork of the VSCZ, that includes the customs officers, our VSCZ team, our ADCs, JDC, DDC, all our team, we were very synchronously we worked to help the units, and that way we could achieve. It's one zone in the country that has recorded a positive growth. Just to tell you, there are 7 zones in the country starting from north. If you start from Noida, Kandla, then come to Cochin, then Chennai, we call it Mumbai Seeps, we call it Falta, Kolkata is there. So just you can scan through the records of the NSDL, which is the data maintaining agency of Department of Commerce. You will see that Visakhapatnam has recorded positive in both merchandise and services. This was all possible due to hard work, nothing else.
Okay, if any entrepreneur wants to set up an export facility, what is the process? And in all the 3 states, still there is some scope for the export units to come?
There is a lot of scope, and we have been giving approvals for the units. And just to tell you, last year when Corona was not there, 2019-20, we have approved 90 units in just 1 year. It was the highest figure again in the history of VSCZ. And during Corona also, we have accorded approvals for 17 new units to be set up under SCZ, and 7 export oriented units were approved, and almost 8 units asked for expansion. Whereas people think that all the units are closing down, they ask for expansion, and we have approved even the expansions also. Tell you, come to us and give a simple application, and we'll tell you we don't require much, very simple. PAN card, Aadhaar card, your company name registered with GST, certain formalities. Just if you are coming to Government of India, we will give you built up space, or we will give you a open space, or if you are going to a private SCZ, we will ask you to get an allotment letter from the private SCZ. If you are approaching TSISC or APISC, we will ask, they are called the developers, and we ask the unit, please procure one NOC and allotment letter from them that they are ready to give you the space. With that, we will ask them to submit a project report, and within 1 month, I assure you, even below that time, we will give you an approval over single window clearance. All the offices meet together once in a month, that is called unit approval committee meeting, where all the important department representatives will be present. The matter will be discussed there, and the unit will present their proposals, and our only requirement is that you should be capable of generating some employment and showing exports and capable of earning net foreign exchange. We are interested in earning net foreign exchange for the nation. That's why we are here, SCZs are here. And similarly, we have to generate employment. I tell you, under VSCZ, the employment generated today is 3,93,000. This is the direct employment who are all on rolls of the units. And indirect employment will be almost 2 to 2.1 times of this one. And also the last point, but not the least, our job is to build up infrastructure in the area to contribute to the overall development and create some economic activity.
My next question, Mr. Ramamohan, is after IT services and pharma, which are the most promising export units that coming up in your knowledge? That is one. Second, how is the connectivity, logistics part of it for the existing SCZs?
Yeah, Mr. Ravi, actually all the SCZs are set up first looking at the logistics only. Like if you look at, we are very close to the airports here, airport as well as seaport, and are well connected by railway lines, and it is the case with all the SCZs other than ITS. They can work from anywhere and they can contribute to the foreign exchange, and that way SCZs are set up. And another question you asked, I am sorry to ask you.
After IT and ITES,
yeah, please, I'll tell you.
Which are the sectors?
I'll tell you. The scenario has totally changed. Prior to the corona pandemic, the sectors were, we had apparel sector, it was quite promising. Brandix was doing extremely well. And then we had Apache, it was making Adidas shoes, it was also very promising. We had leather industries, they were promising. And we have got diamonds, Worldwide Diamond, another sorting, manufacturing, then polishing, then doing job work. They are all very promising. We got very, very outstanding SCJets like GMR Aviation SCJet is there. Our SCJet is there in even in GMR Airport. They are providing services for the MRO, maintenance, repair, and overhauling of the flights which are coming from abroad. See, basically, wherever is an SCJet, it's meant for earning foreign exchange. So all the things which are coming from foreign, they are service. We don't cater to the domestic tariff area, or you can say local markets. So these were all promising. Now during pandemic, you can see that the promising were only 4, which have saved us from an embarrassing situation in terms of exports.
My last question, going forward, I mean, you have achieved a very wonderful growth rates at these SEZs. So going forward, what is your vision for this Visakhapatnam SEZ?
We, at the beginning of the corona event, we projected and I assured that we will definitely achieve 12% minimum growth. And today I am proud to say that we have achieved 14.8% growth. I still promise that we will achieve next year, this year also. And if the things improve, this second wave, third wave of corona doesn't affect. Already you know that many states, more than 6 states have been affected badly. And India is recording a reporting of more than 70,000 corona cases every day. And I don't know how the things will go further. But still, we are very hopeful that at SCJets, we have got a great discipline because SCJets are specially delineated zones. We are bounded by a very, say, what do you say, compound wall, secured gates, infrastructure inside. We provide all facilities to them at very, very affordable prices. We provide security, we provide roads, we provide water, we provide electricity. Everything at very affordable prices in the SCJet. And even ETP, see, effluent treatment plants are there. And we are allowing them to go for solar plants also. Their own power generation plants, they are there. So with all these facilities, the SCJets can still outperform even if the corona is affected because we are working in a very, very controlled environment. So every entry inside the SCJet is recorded, every entry going outside is SCJet is recorded, and the best part of SCJet is that there is least interference of the officers from the local administration. Everything goes by self-declaration and only sample checking is done what are you exporting, and once you export something from here, it will be checked up only in the airport or the seaport, and when it is coming also, it will be checked up only in the seaport and SCJet. And similarly, our officers are very, very cooperative, and that way the entrepreneurs who are coming to the SCJets, they are facilitated so much that there is no routine checks, and similarly no labor activity like unionism is not permitted inside the SCJet. I am very proud to say in 2 years of my time here, not even a single kind of strike, hartal, lockout has taken place, despite there are 526 units operational here. So that way, I hope that SCJets will continue to contribute, and I tell you, all the SCJets of the country contributed last year to the tune of 7.86 lakh crore out of 21.3 lakh crore exports from the whole country. That means SCJets are contributing to 1/3 of the exports from the country. So we are saving a lot of foreign exchange, earning a lot of foreign exchange for the country. Our only criteria will be, we will review your performance after 5 years, and if you are achieving foreign exchange, that means you are importing something and exporting something. If your exports are more than imports, we welcome you. You start doing work with us, and don't expect that we will cater to the local markets. That's not encouraged here. We are here to encourage our exports and build our image in the whole of the globe and maintain the balance of the debt payment and attract foreign investment inside the country and provide a lot of employment to the countrymen.
On that note, Mr. Ramohan Reddy Garu, thank you very much for joining with us today and sharing a lot of insights into the existing SEZs, the operations, how they have been growing, and the future demand that exists in this sector. Thank you very much. We wish you all the best to achieve the desired results in the coming years.
Thank you, Ram Prasad Garu, for coming and working for this very important cause of bringing awareness among our country entrepreneurs that there is something like SEZ, because most of the people, they do not understand the concept of the SEZ. They don't distinguish between an industry and SEZ. So they very vaguely use, whenever an industrial area is coming up, they'll say an SEZ is being set up. But in SEZ, you have the privilege of importing everything without paying any taxes. You can import everything from the local markets. You are not charged with GST. If you are using diesel, excise duty is not charged. You are given so many benefits in SEZ only to encourage the entrepreneurs to earn the foreign exchange for the nation. We welcome all the entrepreneurs to VSCZ, and we assure you that within 1 month we will make your unit operational. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.